Hi everyone, sorry about that change in links. It looks like there was some technical difficulties here on my end, or maybe having that Star Wars logo was causing some copyright issues. I'm learning. I maybe won't put that kind of logo on my posts anymore. Who knows? But anyway, we're doing a Star Wars cartoon workshop. I hope you're pumped. Hope you have everything. There's going to be a little mini workshop we're going to do first before we get into the Chewbacca drawing. Anyway, I hope you have all your materials. Let's get started. So we have to kick off the cartoon workshop with some jokes. Mr. Meebor and Chloe sent me a couple of good jokes to share. Why was Cinderella bad at soccer? Because she was afraid of the ball. Good one, Chloe. Good one, Mr. Meebor. And then Mr. Meebor sent me a more relevant one related to Star Wars. Why did Darth Vader cross the road to get to the dark side? Love it. Okay, and Aubrey's got one. What's your Star Wars joke?
Why did Anakin Skywalker cross the road?
I don't know. Why did Anakin Skywalker cross the road?
To get to the dark side.
Oh, to get to the dark side. Oh. Okay, so that was a bit glitchy. Anyway, good one, Aubrey. Good Star Wars jokes. So what I really want from you guys to do for me today is, before we get into the Chewbacca drawing, I'm going to do a little bit of pushing some learning on you. So we're going to do a little circle activity, and then we're going to do another little mini activity. Please be patient, and it's worth it. I really need you guys to work on your pencil skills, although I'm saying that, I'm looking at your drawings and they're fantastic. But why not push ourselves even more and develop those skills? So we're going to do a little circle activity first, and then we'll eventually get into what we are here for, and that's the Star Wars drawing. Okay, hi everyone. So before we start our Star Wars character, we're going to do a warm-up activity, and we're going to do a warm-up character. And joining me today, I have Ryan and I have Wesley. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi. And they're going to join me as we do our warm-up. And the reason why it's great having Ryan and Wesley with me is because we're going to work on those circles. In all of the workshops, I've been encouraging you guys to bring like round shapes, round circles to help with the circles. And that's great. And I want you to keep bringing those with you to every cartoon workshop. But for this activity, I would like you to try your best to create your own circles today. So first thing is, we're going to need our pencil, our paper, our eraser, and some circle makers for later. But a couple sheets of paper. So our first one, guys, what I want you to do is we're going to practice just making some circles. And then we're going to do a 27 circle bear. So let's practice making circles. So hold your pencil, and you can follow along, Ryan and Wesley, if you like. I'm going to practice with my circles. So I'm going to be moving my hands on the screen. And this is what a lot of cartoonists and artists do, is they practice doing circles. So practice small circles and big circles to begin with. And what I want you guys to be considering is how you're moving your hands. So you're going to do lots of circles on the same page. So what you're going to be doing is try to anchor your hand. So Wesley, have your hand anchored and just try doing maybe some small circles. Did you do that circle by yourself?
Yes.
You did not. That's so good, buddy. Try doing a couple small circles now. Ryan, good, but try going around several times. So what I mean by that is I want you to draw your circle once, but try doing it again. Trace it over and over and over again. Yes, but see how? So this is important. So see how when you did that, Ryan, your circle, see how you didn't go in the same lines every time? So I want you to try to go in the same lines every time, and that's not easy to do. Okay, so one more minute to practice our circles. Okay, so small circles. I'm going to do big circles. Now, when I do big circles, my entire arm moves. Little tiny circles. And when I do little circles, remember, it's just my hand that moves. In fact, it's really just my fingers. So Wesley, I want you to try some small circles like that one, and maybe now one that's a little bit bigger. Okay?
But I can't want to do this.
You can't really do it? That's okay. Try a light one. Try a light one for me with your pencil. Let's draw it right there. Try a light one. Okay. So the people at home are working on their circles. They're doing lots of little tiny ones. Wesley, that was great. Try two more. One big one and one small one.
Okay.
I'm going to do really small. I'm going over and over and over again. Every single time.
And this big one, Daddy.
Good. Okay. So before every cartoon workshop, try to warm up your hands. It's really important that you get...
I did it.
Good. It's really important that you get your hands warmed up and ready. Just like before a race, you kind of do a quick little warm-up before a race. And this is what a lot of artists do, is they just do circles. They do lots and lots of circles using either their elbow, their shoulder, or their fingers. So big circles. In fact, let's try one big circle, guys. We're going to try a big circle. Okay, team? So we're going to do a big circle.
Okay, a huge?
Big circle. Okay, let's see, Ryan. Yes! And when Ryan does it, do that again, Ryan. When Ryan does that circle, his whole arm is moving. Do it again. Go over that same circle again. Go over it again. His whole arm is moving. Go over again. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going around. You're getting good at it. You're doing the same thing every time now. Check that out. So Ryan has now got it where he's focusing. He's totally focusing, and he's able to now almost do the same line every single time. Brilliant, buddy. Fantastic. So that's what we got to be practicing. So in future, before workshops, while you're waiting for Mr. Francis's cartoon workshops to start, I want to see you doing the circle activity. Okay, now for the 27 circle bear. This is not going to take long. It's not going to look perfect. It's going to just be a rough little drawing before we start our main cartoon character. So, Ryan, Wesley, you guys ready? Yep, okay. So we're going to do the 27 circle bear, and you can count along with me as we draw. So the first thing we're going to do is draw lightly, right, guys? And I'm not going to use these circles. We're going to just try our best to do light circles. So I'm going to first of all draw the head of our 27 circle bear. So there's the head. So that's number one. You guys counting? Count along with me. Draw the head lightly as you can. Follow along. You can look up here at the screen, guys. Okay, so the 27 circle bear. Good job, Wesley. All right, next, what we're going to be doing. That's good. That's awesome, buddy. We're going to draw the body. So the body, I'm going to have my head on a slight angle. You guys don't have to. You guys can make it however you want. But this is the body of my 27 circle bear. And in fact, notice that I'm overlapping it. Can you guys see that I'm overlapping it a little bit? So look up at the screen as much as you can to see how I've drawn it. Good job, Wesley. Try to make the lines touching. And okay, again, we're going to do this quite quickly. Good job, Ryan. It's not going to look like a great bear. If you want to later on try to do this 27 circle bear nice and take your time with it, fantastic. But for now, this is just a quick warm-up 27 circle bear. Number two. Let's do number three now. Number three is the snout of the 27 circle bear. Number three. I'm going to go pretty quickly here. You guys ready for number 4?
Yeah, we'll eyeballs.
We'll do eyeballs in a minute. Don't do the eyeballs yet. Now we're gonna do a nose. So we've got the nose. So that's 4. We're at 4 now. Right? And then we're gonna do the eyes.
I'm gonna do 3 nose.
Okay, buddy. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles, right? 3. No, we got 6 circles. 6.
1,
And then we're gonna get right in close,
4,
and we're gonna do 7 and 8.
1, 2, 4, 5.
Yep. And now we're gonna do. I'm gonna shade this slightly.
I didn't do anything.
That's okay, buddy.
2 eyes.
And then we're gonna do nostrils. 9 and 10. Am I at 9? Am I losing count already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 circles so far. Okay, next circle. So right there. Those are the easy circles. Now we're going to get into some tough circles. So another circle is going to be right over here to the side. So this is 11.
Right over here to the side.
Really hard to do, but you're practicing your circles. And it's not going to look perfect. Remember, we're rushing this. We're just warming up. 11, 12, right? 12.
It's going to be 13.
13. So I'm erasing as I go here, but you guys can do that later. 13 is going to go right there. 13, 14. Getting good. So we're at 14. How many circles do we have to do in total?
27.
27. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do the legs. We'll do 20. So what are we at? 15 now? And 16. 16. It's going good, guys. You guys are doing okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Mine's
Okay.
kind of falling apart.
Yours is falling apart. That's okay. What are we at? 16? Okay, so now we're at 17, 18. Wesley, you're just going to count along, are you, bud? 18. Let's do the belly. 19. Right? Practicing those circles. 19. Let's do the hands. 20. 21. Okay, and you can grab that eraser if you want to. 21. And I might add little arms there. Sneaky little arms. 21, 22, 23. Nice. 23, 24 for the buttons, right? We need buttons.
Mine was so funny.
24, 25, 26. What happened? I thought it was 27. Let's count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. There is 27. 27 circles. So we've done 27 circles. I lost track. So you guys can add more circles. You can add a bow in the head. But anyway, and of course, you guys can see what the bear really looked like when it's finished. The 27 circle bear is right there. Looks cool, eh, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're now going to get into the Star Wars Chewbacca picture. That was a warm-up. Really important that you get warmed up, just like in music, right? You warm up with doing scales on a piano. So let's get into our Chewbacca video right now. So, you guys ready for your Chewbacca drawing? Okay, hi everyone. We are ready to get started. Hopefully you have your pencil and your paper and your eraser and your circle maker. Today we're doing a Star Wars themed cartoon, Mr. Francis version of Chewbacca. So let's get started. So I'm going to switch cams here, and we're going to first of all start with that round shape. Now let's put it near the top of our page. So I'm going to put the circle, or if you're using a jam jar, that's fine. Put that at the top of the page. And our character's going to be looking on somewhat of an angle like this. Now, don't forget, you don't have to draw that construction line. In fact, I'm going to just shift it just a little bit more into the center. It's going to be looking not straight on, not 3/4, but more like that. Okay. Now, this character, Chewbacca, has a lot of fur, but we want to get underneath the fur first. We want to understand the structure of this cartoon version of Chewbacca. It's kind of like a baby version, if you will. Just a fun Star Wars Chewbacca version. So let's get the body organized. So the body is just a small body. And I'm going to do like an oval shape. Might make it a bit wider like that. Maybe wide like that. In fact, what I want you to do is I want you to keep an eye on what I'm doing on the page and look up more often than you maybe do. There's a lot of young artists who will just say to themselves, oh, he's drawn a circle, and then they'll go draw a circle. They will say, oh, he's drawn the body, and then they'll go draw the body. If this is your first time drawing the picture, then it makes sense to do what I suggested in an earlier video, where you're constantly looking up at what I'm doing just to see if it looks right. So for example, in this particular picture, compare yours to this. Look at the size of the head. Look at the size of the body. Does it look like it matches up? Does it look like it's similar to what I've done? Now, don't forget, I keep stressing that it doesn't have to look exactly like my picture. But if you want it to have some similarities, you want to be constantly checking back and forth to see whether or not it looks similar to what I've been doing. Okay, so the character is on this angle. We're going to draw the feet now, little stubby little feet. We're going to have cute little feet because this is, as I said, maybe a kind of a babyish version of our Chewbacca. And then the other foot is going to be kind of like this. So what you can see is the character is on somewhat of an angle. And notice that we haven't done any fur yet. We're just drawing the character, like the structure of the character. Now I'm constantly molding it like it's plasticine. And you have an eraser hopefully with you, so you're able to mold it like it's plasticine. This is only the third time I've drawn this picture. I drew it earlier today just to feel it out and to carve it and to mold it and to sculpt it. And then I drew it a second time just to get comfortable with it. And now we're trying it out. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of trial and error and feeling it out as well. And you can obviously do that with me. Now with the one hand, I'm going to draw a simple shape coming down like this. So here's my simple shape. And you are drawing this lightly, right? Don't forget, you're drawing this lightly. And then the other hand is going to be, or the other arm is going to be on the other side like that, lined up. Okay, so there's our very interesting looking shape. Now you can use this shape and draw other characters. Okay, so by all means, I'd love to see additional characters out of the blue. Say, hey, Mr. Francis, I used this structure that you created and I drew another character. It could be another Star Wars character. Whatever it was, I'd love to see it. So this is my baby-ish, childish Chewbacca structure that I'm using. And now what we can do is we can have some fun with it. Let's add that kind of beard that Chewbacca has. So Chewbacca's beard, well, first of all, you know what? Let's get the eyes in first. So the eyes are quite low down because Chewbacca has a big forehead. So we're going to have the set of eyes way down low like this. Okay, so there's the eyes, nice and low. And we can fix those eyes up a little bit more, a little bit later. And we can have the nose. Chewbacca's nose doesn't really look like this, but I'm going to do my version of it. I'm going to do kind of like that strawberry version of his nose. Zoom in a little bit so we can kind of see what we're doing here. Okay, so I've kind of got to feel, maybe I'll just throw the mouth in. I'm going to turn my page. Every time I do this, I'm turning my page. And you want to be doing that too, so that you can have a better angle, so that you can use your pivot points, whether it's on your wrist, or whether it's with your fingers, or whether it's with your elbow. Or if it's massive circles, you're using this as your pivot point, and everything else doesn't move. But I'm going to be using probably my wrist for my pivot point here, and I'm going to try that again, I'm going to draw his mouth. There's the mouth. So there's the start. So the beard, that crazy long beard, he's got like a little cheek that comes out. And then I'm going to just draw this shape. So we're going to be doing a lot of erasing. Hopefully you're okay with doing lots of erasing. Okay, so look at what we have to erase now, guys. And when you draw this a second time or a third time, you may not choose to do it the way I've done it. But this is so that you can understand the structure of the character. A lot of art workshops that you might see, they just draw the outlines. And I've talked about outlines in our first video that we did on March 17th. And how, outlines are fine if you're really comfortable with drawing the character, but that's not always the case. Sometimes, for animators, they like to understand the structure of the character. So in this particular case, this is kind of an animated version because it almost has a 3D look because we understood its structure. Okay, enough about me talking about its structure. Let's have a little bit of fun with this. Let's get right into the face. Okay, so I'm going to maybe sharpen my pencil so I can get a little bit of detail here. So with the face, I'm going to almost give it like a cat-like mouth or snout or whatever the right word is here. And then I'm going to, and because he's furry, you might want to be using a lot of your sketching kind of technique. So I'm going to take my time here and do some sketching. So have a look. I'm right in there. And I'm doing like almost like a furry, sketchy kind of look. And the same on the other side. So we get to have a little bit of fun doing fur. And I like furry characters because they don't have to look perfect. Because, the fur covers up some of the other structural, errors that you might have made. Okay, so there's the start. Now the character has like this fur that comes out. So I shouldn't have erased that middle line, but check this out. So let's put that little line back in. He's got like this very light, draw this lightly. He's got this these massive eyebrows almost, like fur that comes out like this. I'm going to, whoops. I'm going to do my best to pencil that in. And then, so that's up at the top. Maybe I might need to make that a bit higher. So you guys might want to see what I'm drawing here. There we go. Okay, so that, maybe I'll bring it out a bit like that. And going back in again, he's got these, we're going to put these little lines here, almost like the bottom of his eyebrows. There we go. And see how I did this? See how I did this here? That's kind of like his cheek. Do you remember we talked about that several times about the indent where the eyes go, right? So on this angle here, you can see that my cheek sticks out, then it goes in where my eye is, and then my forehead sticks out. So I've kind of done that here a little bit. We did that with the cat picture. And we did it with the baseball guy. So I'm going to come in and then I'm going to come out a little bit. So I might even erase that just a smidge. So see what I've done there? Very subtle, but it's there. And then I'm going to come in a smidge. And then that's where the beard comes out. Okay? So there we go. And his beard kind of comes to a point. So I really need to actually have it come out more and more like that. So you might be doing some tweaking as well. As I tell you, with my workshops, there's a lot of erasing because we're discovering as we draw. Okay, and then what you can do, not necessarily right now, but then you can have fun and make it a bit, you can shade a little bit, you can make it a little bit furrier if you want, or you can actually go a different route and have it just outlined. We haven't thought of a light direction, but I'm going to ultimately have my light coming from here. So what that means, if my light's coming from this side of the page, it means I'm probably going to have more lines on this side. So this side is going to see more lines because there's going to be more shaded hairs on this side of the face. I'm going to come in. Okay, now his head goes quite a bit higher than it is. So we're going to actually go up quite a bit. I'm going to squish his head in a little bit. So see how I've squished his head in? And I'm going to go higher than my original circle. So I'm going to smudge those away or erase those. So you guys are maybe getting your eraser. And you're erasing these lines. And I don't even mind in this particular picture, those eraser lines actually kind of make it look like it's part of the fur. Maybe that's the same case as yours. And I'm going to go over some of the lines, make them nice and furry-ish looking. Okay. Got a good start. Looking pretty good. Okay. We want to do a bit of shading actually, right in here. So I'll show you. So grab your pencil and use it very lightly. Okay, so do you remember we did that little workshop where with your pencil, you are carving your pencil. Do you remember that? Hopefully you do remember that. So what you want to be doing is you want to be off to the side on a different page. I don't have a sharp pencil with me handy, do I? I think you guys already know what I'm talking about. I'll mention this really quickly, I promise. I'm not even sure if this camera is set up, but let's just get this in. Yes, it is set up. So do you remember what I talked about? So with this, we want to, off to the side, sharpen that pencil. So I'm going to quickly push down nice and lightly here. Push down, push down, push down on a separate piece of paper so that I have that nice angle that I like. Wait, still not good. I haven't changed my grip, but now I'm just going to test it. Is that good enough? That's kind of like the shade I like. So I've pushed down hard here, and now I'm ready to change the look on my page. So what I mean by that is, let's shade lightly just in here. Can you see where I'm going? See where I'm doing that? Just a bit of a shadow in here. And a little bit on this side as well. Not sure we'll get to coloring this guy. Maybe I'll have time in the future and I'll be able to show you a colored version of him. But might not have time right now. Okay. Cool. Right. I want a little lower lip on my guy too. So a little bit of a lower lip just there. Let's move on to the body. So with the body, because you don't really see his hands or his paws very much, we are going to just do some fun, like that's where the thumb would go. And we would kind of have like I don't know. Okay, how do I word it? It's like he's wearing mitts. That's what I do with a lot of my hands at the beginning. I've mentioned that before too, is just do mitts. And in this particular case, it's nice and easy. So we can just do kind of a mitts look, and we can make it look furry. Furry mitts. But put that thumb in there. Make sure we can see that thumb. And then on the other side, the thumb would be here, right? Because it's on the other side of the, so it'd be on this side. We see the thumbs go inwards, but it's going to be on an angle a bit more. And we see something more like that. So we see the side of this character's hand, or the side of Chewbacca's hand. Does that make sense? So it looks kind of three-dimensional, right? So he's on an angle, so we see the thumb and a side of the hand angle, and then on the other side we see the kind of the full hand. All right, let's now move on to the legs. Legs, nice and easy. Just make it furry. This is kind of turning into an easier illustration. With the legs, I'm going to shade where the belly is and then where the legs start. So a bit of a shadow here. Okay, having fun with the fur. Again, have fun with the fur. Make it furry as you want. I'm going to put the heels down here, right here. My character needs to look like it's not going to fall over. So let me move above that. I don't want the character to look like it's going to fall over, so I'm going to give it more stability by planting that heel down. See what I've done there? I planted that heel. I haven't exaggerated it too much, but I want to make sure that we see that there's a heel there. All right. And then finally, we've got that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a signature strap that carries the Chewbacca's, equipment, its tools, its ammunition. So we're going to put the strap right here. And again, I used my hand. I've pivoted my hand. There we go. And then we can draw these marks on here. What are these anyway? Is this ammunition? I need to watch Star Wars more often. I think this, it looks like it's ammunition, but even for like a baby Chewbacca? What? Maybe it's like gum. Maybe it's chewing gum when he's, because he's so little. He's not allowed to be out there doing any fighting. He's too young. So this is his candy belt. I'd love to have a candy belt. What would be on your candy belt? I don't know what I'd have. I'd have candy canes on my candy belt. I'd have gum on my candy belt. I think I made those too small. I might make them up a little bit. I think they're closer together, more like that. Some of you Star Wars people out there might know more than I do about this. And then he's got like a holster where he carries, what does he carry in his holster? Because he's only a little kid. He's a kid Chewbacca. In his holster, he carries, it's a drink. That's right, it's his drink. Grab that shading tool. You want to be doing some shading here again. And we're going to shade the belt, not the toy, or not the candy, but the actual belt itself. Okay. All right, and if you have time, you can outline a little bit, darken some of the lines. Remember I said that the light source is coming from over here. So if you want to be shading a little bit more on one side, you would shade more on this side. I'm going to have more of a shadow over here on this side. Okay. I'm not going to go too crazy with the shadows. Just want to make it nice and subtle, that we know that there's definitely a shadow, but just on one side. Okay. Okay, so there's my Chewbacca picture. And I might put a little shadow just underneath here, just to show the angle that the light was coming from. So there's my shadow. Perfect. Okay, there's Chewbacca as a young child. Okay, guys, so thanks for bearing with me through all those little mini workshops. I understand a few of you were wondering, why am I doing a teddy bear workshop? You said we were going to do Star Wars. Well, hopefully you've now caught on that teddy bear, that 27 circle bear activity was a warm-up to get you set up for drawing all those circles in the beginning of the Chewbacca drawing. What I'm promising I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the colored version of Chewbacca in just a few minutes, as well as the colored version of the 27 circle bear. But before I send those videos to you, what I want to do is I want to share what's happening next. We're going to meet again on Monday, so that's actually 3 days from now. We're going to have a weekend. And then on Monday at 11:30 a.m., we're going to do a superhero-themed cartoon workshop. It'd be great if you even got dressed up as a superhero while you are drawing your pictures. Send pictures of your kids dressed up as superheroes drawing this cartoon superhero. I'm thinking I'm going to do Thor as the first cartoon superhero, and then maybe on the Wednesday we'll do a female character. Haven't decided yet. By all means, send me some ideas. And we can be dressed up as superheroes drawing our cartoon superhero character. So that's 11:30 a.m. on Mondays when I'll see you next. So as promised, I'm going to send you the colored version of Chewbacca and the 27 circle bear colored version, and then we'll end. Okay, so here is, first of all, the 27 circle bear. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. By all means, send me a colored version of both the bear and Chewbacca if you like. Doesn't have to be colored. You can send me the sketch drawing. I can't wait to see all of your drawings. Take your time. Don't have to rush sending them in. I'll try to give you feedback as soon as I can. My kids made a video. They want you to see it. See you next time.